This is BBC Radio 4, and now it's Front Row with Kirsty Lang.
Tonight on Front Row, we're telling the story of the Bradford-based theatre company Mind the Gap, England's largest disability theatre group. Next month sees the launch of their most ambitious production yet, Zara, an outdoor spectacle, 4 years in the planning, about a mother and her infant daughter, which features a 22-foot-high animated baby. Reporter Sharuna Sagar visited Mind the Gap's rehearsal studios as the actors did their warm-up exercises.
Zara, tell us about yourself.
Zara, tell us about yourself.
Zara, tell us about yourself.
Great, lovely. Great, so we're going to do a bit of the clap game now.
Mind the Gap is based in a restored 19th century silk mill in Bradford. The building's been their home for 10 years. This year marks the theatre company's 30th anniversary, and to celebrate that, they're putting on their most ambitious production to date, Zara. The director is Joyce Lee.
Okay, so let's see, Monday morning, let's see how much you could remember this scene that we've done. So, let's go for it. Zara is a story about a mother and her baby overcoming some difficulties. It's almost feeling like them against the world. And then the performance itself is outdoors. When I was imagining it, imagine an event that's like a cross between Godzilla, the Paralympics, the opening ceremony, and a sci-fi film.
So what inspired you to write Zara?
It was a story of a learning disabled woman and her personal experience of being pregnant and also undergoing an assessment by strangers to find out whether she is capable to be a parent or not. As somebody who has non-learning disabled and university educated, I thought that it's a daunting idea if somebody come and assess me, let alone someone who has been told all their life that you are not this, you can't do that, you're not capable of that. I just feel there are important stories and poignant stories that need to be told with theatre.
So this is so much more than your bog standard theatre performance, isn't it?
Exactly.
What will it involve?
3D projection mapping on buildings and a large-scale puppet, which is the baby. It is bigger than a double-decker bus. It will involve some vehicles like 4x4, truck, and cherry pickers and telehandlers with sequence of aerial movement, as well as a tank. It will be involving large-scale, very epic string orchestral arrangements by Sarah Llewellyn, as well as some fun and silly dance sequences.
Let's go and have a look at some of the baby's accessories that I can spy at the other end of this rehearsal room. I've never seen a dummy that big in my life. You can only imagine how big the baby is going to be if this bottle is going to go into its mouth. The giant baby bottle is bigger than me.
And I can fit inside this bottle. I've tried it. So actually, just get to where you need to be, where you should be, where the cherry pickers should be.
Oh, right.
So you go stand by first. So be a bit further away.
Liz Pugh, now you are the creative producer for Walk the Plank, working along with Mind the Gap to put on this fantastic outdoor spectacle. You've got your 3D lighting, your giant baby, of course, and the various vehicles and all the rest of the paraphernalia, and of course an audience of around 2,000 per show. What could possibly go wrong?
We bring an expertise in making large-scale stuff that will work whatever the weather. To manipulate the baby, we've got 8 puppeteers, all of whom have to work together to make sure that the baby looks like it's absolutely alive, living, breathing and interacting. The baby has moving thumbs, moving hands, moving arms, and she will sit up, look around, and she's got beautiful hair and beautiful eyes, and the audience will love her.
The story of Zara is based on a collection of real stories from learning disabled parents we interviewed throughout these few years. And because when Zara has a learning disability, there are some people who do not believe that she is capable of looking after this baby. So she needs to work extra hard to prove herself worthy and capable of it. And just realizing that these stories are really important and they happen, but then we just, in the society, we don't talk about it. That's why I just make sure that in this show, I really make it big, as physically make a really big baby to just shake up people and say, can listen to this story's happened and it is really massive and big. The topic of learning disabled people being parents is like an elephant in the room that society didn't talk about. And that's why I now make it really big. So it's just in your face. You have to face it.
They're going to take her away. They think I can't give her warm, secure, happy, like I'm rubbish.
You weren't to be a good mum. Give yourself time.
But I didn't have time.
Some of our actors, so people really surprised about, oh, they can learn lines. Or our leading lady, Joanne Haynes, like she's been casted in TV dramas, but a lot of the times when she was casted, she was a learning disabled mother who has problems. So it's funny that they got typecast anyway.
My name is Joanne Haynes. I'm from Skipton. I play the main character called Zara, and she has a learning disability and she just had given birth, and people are doubting her if she can keep the baby, when I'm not sure that I am able to keep my baby, because she might have to be put up for adoption, but I'm going to fight to keep her. I know how she feels. I want to be a mum myself. I've always dreamt of it, and I have been adopted since I was a kid, so I know if she ever gets put up for adoption, I know that how she can feel. I won't like to give up my child if I have one. And I have a learning disability too, so I know how Zara feels.
It's not just one shebang, or singing or dancing. It actually wants to do something that change people's practice and perception. Change not going to happen overnight, but we will be persistent. And hopefully we want to achieve equality. And I think these are really important stories that has not been told enough before.
Mind the Gap director Joyce Lee ending that report from Sharuna Sagar.